I am live. This is just a quick sort of going live, unexpected, as I'm working in the studio. So I thought I'll just go live, might as well, have some fun and show what is happening in the studio. Well, it's absolutely mess at the moment. Everything on the floor and just about a mess everywhere. And there's a reason for that. Yeah, there's like just cables and things around. I did pack away a little bit, but yeah, you've got just mess all here. But yeah, there's a reason, and the reason is that I'm actually rebuilding my desk. All of the wiring behind it, so the desk at the moment is sort of moved forward, so I can have access behind it. As you can see, I've got lots of tags. I'm tagging Velcro strips to actually tie the cables together for cable management and all of that. So that's what's happening, and the reason is that because I am setting up my new mixing desk. That's my Behringer UFX 1604 that I purchased a couple of weeks ago, and that has now replaced my main audio interface, which was the McKee Blackbird, Onyx Blackbird, which was 8 in, 4 out, or 6 out, something like that. So now this is a 16 channel audio interface and a mixer at the same time. It's also, just very briefly tell you about it, it is also Firewire or USB connection, and giving me 16 multi-track straight into my DAW, and I think 4 tracks that come back from the DAW. So it's a really great thing, so that I can, that's my drum at the moment, it's under the covers, so that I can mic my drum using my Superlux drum mic kit that I haven't even opened it yet. I haven't set it up yet. I will be very soon. So, but I want to set up the, what you call it, my desk. Make sure that I've got enough inputs. Actually, I do have the PreSonus 1818 VSL, which has 8 inputs and 8 outputs, but that's down there, as you can see there. But that's not sort of plugged in or used. I use that for live purposes. So if I'm recording live, as you might have seen in previous videos, yeah, that's what I use. So, but this is really, really great, this console mixer there. So that's what's happening, and I've been wiring behind it, and now all of my effects, which are compressors, EQs, and gates, and all of those things down there, they are now patched into my patch bay. Come around, I'll show you behind the back of the I don't know how well you will actually see. That's all of the cabling behind there. So lots of cables running around. I still have to tie things up and make sure that all those cables on the floor are tied together. Yeah, it is quite a busy wiring behind there. So I need to finish that. So yeah, hope things are okay. If you've just joined in, hello. And I think I've got one comment there and it disappeared. Where are we? Whoops. No, here we go. I don't know where it is. I don't know. I can't work this thing out. Sorry guys, I don't know what the, how do I get messages? Show live chat messages, yeah. Oh well, I know there was a message there when I just didn't come through. Sorry, you might want to type that again. I think I saw something saying about PA4X. I don't have a 4X. I've got a 3X, which is under there covered at the moment. So I try to cover things up when I'm working, so I don't get damage and so on. So while I've got you guys, what I'm gonna do is, instead of creating a video and putting it out there, I thought it's probably not really worth the effort to edit a video to show you about the, well, what's it called? Microphone stands that I got when I purchased my drum microphone, the Superlux microphone set. I think they were called artist guitars. So I'm just going to open it up live and see what they look like, and if they are any good. So I hope the audio is coming through okay. I'm not sure because I'm just using my mobile phone through here, and if it's not clear or anything, you know, feel free to comment somewhere around there, and hopefully I'll be able to read it quick enough. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to open up those boxes and look if the microphone stands from artist guitars that I received as part of a bundle, are they any good? Okay. Whoa. Stay. Right. Let's open them up. I mean, for the price, I don't really expect for them to be of, you know, really top quality, but they should be fine for their purpose. And just to show you, that's artist guitars. I think the camera is back to front or something like that. Yeah, it is back to front. Anyway, sorry, I don't know if you can read that because that's backwards. Let's have a look. Okay, there's nothing else in there. It's nice to pack. Okay, so that's the microphone stand. It's quite heavy. It's got rubber feet. So that's the bottom part. And the legs stretch open. Feels quite sturdy actually, it's not bad. And I mean, one thing I don't like is this type of tightening the arm, because all it's doing is, you know, screwing it through and a little bit of rubber inside to keep the boom from sort of moving this way to balance it out. But a lot of the times you sort of want to get nice solid so it doesn't move, and you over tighten it, and you know, the screw breaks. I've had so many of them that just give up. So, but hopefully this will do just fine for simple purposes. It's nice grip. Yep, it's already twisting now. And yeah. Again, see this, the thread is the same direction as you trying to, oh, let me see. Okay, the thread up here where this arm is actually joined is the same direction as you trying to tighten it up. So as you're tightening it up, which is at the moment not really tightening it up because it's twisting it from the bottom. Maybe I have to tighten it up. Is the same direction. So as you're trying to tighten it up and squeeze it, it actually unscrewing this bit. So you gotta hold it and do it. But yeah, that's sort of usually you want threads the other direction. So as you're tightening it, it also tightening the other thread rather than coming off. And this top arm, and let's see. I mean, it looks okay, but how would you tighten it? Again, it's, see, that's as tight as I can get, but this is moving. See, I can still push it. Yeah. Hopefully, maybe over time, you'll, yeah, see, there's no real grip. As I'm tightening this nut, it's actually, you know, not really gripping, because I can twist this, turn it, and you know, so as you can see, and that's as tight as I can do. I can't do any tighter, you know, and it's moving. But I guess it will do for now. Let me get you guys a little bit up so you can see my face. Yeah, so that's the microphone stand. I mean, compared to the microphones that I have, I use the Hercules microphones and a couple of really good brand microphones, where this bit here is actually teeth that go in, and then once you tighten it, it just won't move because both sides clip together and it won't move. So when you've got a heavy microphone on the end, or the boom is extended long enough, the pressure or the weight of the microphone won't actually bring it down. But in this case, a lot of the time you try to over tighten it, and then the weight of the microphone just keeps, as you can see, this is, I wouldn't want to tighten it any further than that, because that's quite tight. But just my finger weight is already bringing it down. That's because it's just pressure between two rubbers and the metal bit in the middle. But I guess it might do for the price that came as a bargain. It's not bad. It's not bad. Now, I need to figure out how to get your comments here. Let me see. How do I read comment? It says show comment, but then how do I read it? Because they just keep disappearing by the time I read it. No. Sorry guys, I can't work this out. This is from using my phone. I don't know what the no, not there. It says show chat, yeah, chat viewing options, and then what? No, sorry, messages been coming and going, and I have not been able to read. So I'll try to get those messages soon and try to work out a way to get the things rolling. So that's one of the two set of microphone stands that I got with my deal. There is one more shorter microphone stand. Okay, yeah, if I'm actually looking at, yes, I can see it says, I've got a message from David says, you see this? Yes, I can, but if I'm away busy, it doesn't stay there. It just sort of disappears into the vast unknown. For some reason, I don't know how to make this YouTube live on my iPhone stay there. As long as, if I'm looking onto the screen, I can certainly see it, and okay, understood, thank you. But if I'm busy and I don't look at it, I miss out. Whether I need to have another my iPad or the PC on running so I can actually see. But my PCs at the moment is turned off because I've got all the wiring. As you can see, I'm trying to rewire my my desk. But anyway, there's not much to say. Anyway, I'm going to open up the other microphone stand, which basically you can use it for the snare. And I'll be using that microphone stand for bottom microphone of the snare. So let's get that box and open that one up. Okay. It's been quite a hot day today. Outside is like 32 degrees Celsius. 32, 33 degrees Celsius, so it's really, really hot. Okay, so this is the other one. The Artist 1404, which is supposed to have a round die cast base. And it is a shorter go. Okay, that's quite a heavy die cast base for the microphone, which is good, you know, nice and sturdy in small area that you need. And then we've got the other bit. Okay, it's the same style, but obviously it's a shorter length that needs to be screwed into the base, and then the arm again, a little bit shorter arm as well, but the style of it is the same. So you've got that locking mechanism there, and the top this way. Okay, that's nice and tight now. And let's get this together. Hope it will fit. Doesn't look like it will. Okay. I'm gonna put the weight the other way. Ah. Yes, it does fit. So let's just roll it in. So for some reason it felt like it wasn't going to fit. So there we go. That's a shorter length so that it actually fit underneath. I can make it fit underneath the snare drum. And then the microphone will sort of point up towards the bottom of the snare. So that will be my bottom of the snare. So again, it's not bad. I mean, for this one, because it's shorter length and I guess smaller microphone, you know, it's sturdy enough. But for the price, I can't really complain. If I was buying these as microphone stands, and I think they sell about $30 or thereabouts, or $40 of this for this microphone stand each, I probably would save my money and pay about 80 bucks and get something a bit better. Like most of the best one I've seen in my music shops are the Hercules ones. They're just fantastic. There are a couple other brands as well which are just as good, but yeah, but for free, it's all good. Yeah, so hopefully later on I will be, once I finish my setting up my mixing console and the desk and everything else, the patch bay and all of that, I'll be able to set up the microphones. I won't be using these ones. I'll pack them away, but I've got the good microphones already, which I will set them up, and then play some drums and see how the microphone sounds, because I still haven't heard the microphones yet. It's been over a week, but I've been quite busy. And also one of the songs that recently I finished for a client, that I recorded, arranged, mixed and mastered. You might have seen the interview with Jackie, and now her song is on iTunes just yesterday, last night. She messaged me saying, yeah, it's on iTunes, and she was over the moon, which is really good. Good to see happy customers, clients, and yeah, obviously that really excites her, and she's can't wait to actually get together and record the next song. And I have Raul Varma says hi. Hello there. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to read too many messages on my phone because it's tiny and I don't have my glasses on. Second, it just disappears, comes in for a couple of seconds and disappears. So by the time I read it, I can't read it. So I do apologize if I miss your message. I'll try to organize something a bit better, but yeah. Anyway, while you guys hang around a little bit, I'm going to clean up some of the mess. And what was going to do next? Yeah, and get these things all sorted out. Yeah, I gotta, if you have just joined in, at the moment I'm in the process of, as you can see, getting all new cables running into my new console desk, which is the Behringer UFX 1604, which I had it for few weeks now, but just managed to get all the cabling done, so my desk is all pulled forward. Yes, someone says, David says nice, thank you. So all the cabling I got to do behind there, and everything patched to my patch bay. At the moment I also put some of the things here, like my studio channel is there. Then I've got my ART tube channel as well. Those are two microphone preamps, which are tube, the valve ones. And then I also have my Behringer VX 2000, which is another vocal channel, but that's just a FET one. And yeah, so all of those are actually connected now to my patch bay. Previously I only had that one connected, which is good. Yeah, so, and also at the bottom there you can actually see just about all of my rack compressors and EQs are also now patched to my patch bay. And that's, if you've got that many gears, and I do use them, and it's quite you know, just because of the many years that I've been into the industry, I've collected different preamps, mic preamps, as well as compressors and EQs, and now I've patched them into my patch bay, and then all of the inserts from my mixer are patched to the patch bay. So any microphone connected to any of the channels of my mixer, I can patch it through and give the vocal microphone either one of those preamps, or if I've got my drums, and I do have compressor there, the 4-channel compressor, so my drum microphone will go through those compressors. So if the drummer is hitting loud, then it doesn't distort the inputs, it compresses it down, captures it. So all those sort of things you can fiddle around before it gets recorded into your DAW, which is makes your job really easy, because you print the tone that you're after and it's done. So yeah, I hope my rambling on unplanned live is actually interesting enough. Guess what? I found my glasses. There we go, now I can read. Please turn on your PC and use these instruments.
And David says, educational, thanks. Well, I don't know about educational because I'm not really teaching much. I'm just sort of showing you around and telling you some of the things that I'm unboxing. The whole idea was to unbox these things without making any special video. But yeah, I mean, apart from the fact of how this is joined, and this is very common, and this is quite common how microphone stands are, you know, the weight of it is quite heavy, so that means the microphone will be quite stable. You know, it comes with those hooks where the cable will go through, so it makes it nice and tidy. The bottom legs, let me get it up. So the bottom legs are quite well. You know, they're quite solid and they're not rattling or anything, which is important so that they don't rattle. The tightening knot here is quite strong as well, which is good. Really solid base, rubber fit, so it doesn't scratch your floor. The grip over here is nice grip as well. It's sort of like a rubbery feel. And twist it up, and that is quite tall, and actually coming out quite tall. Let me take this to the back so that you guys can actually see how far it goes up. Okay. So that's the height. Yeah, actually it's quite high and it's quite stable, even that height. Yeah, so I guess for the price, it's quite a big, great bargain. You know, it came with the mic set. They should be able to work out quite well. As a spare one, if I need to, let's say, I've got a band playing here and I need some extra microphones. If it's a live session that's happening, a drummer as well as guitars and vocals and things, you know, I can get those extra microphones and set them up. And there's another one here that came with the package. There's two of them. Actually, the package also came with the drum clips. I should get them as well to see how good they are. So the microphone, which is this one here, that's the microphone set that I got, which I've done a video on unboxing it. We got everything, all the microphones that you need to actually set it up, as well as the cables. So let me grab the clip and the cables and we'll have a look at them as well, because this company that I purchased the microphone and this bundle that came with, I haven't dealt with them before, so we'll see how good they are. It's called Artist Guitars, and I guess this is only relevant to Australian musicians because the company is in Australia and they only distribute in Australia as well. So sorry guys if you are from outside Australia and you can't get these microphones, but they're nothing really special, but they're good. Anyway, okay, let's have a look at the other clips. These are the Superlux microphone accessories. And these are the microphone stands that clip onto your drums, like your snare and your toms. That's what they look like. It's plastic, sort of it stretches. So that stretches and holds on to the edge of the drum, and then you've got this screw thing. that goes in like that, and you can adjust and screw the microphone onto that. So, and then it clips, and that way you don't need a microphone stand for the toms and for the low tom, and even possibly the snare as well. So that came with the bundle, which is good. There's 4 of those that came, and with the bundle also came cables. Came with 7 cables, and for the microphone set and the bundle with 2 microphone stands like that, this microphone stand, 7 cables, 4 of these clips. It was 350 Australian dollars. That was on special. That was on Christmas specials. Now it's off. Now it's actually $3.99, so 400 bucks. You're ready to go. So let's have a look at the quality of this microphone. The cable is okay. Says professional low noise microphone cable. There's no other marking on there. That's what all cable manufacturers do. They just put, you know, the word professional and make it look professional. But it all depends on the connection inside here. Whether the connection is a good one, whether the cable is a good one as well. Whether if it's a twisted with a shield or just twisted, 3 cables twisted with a braid on there. Yeah, I mean, these are, I've got good high quality cables which I'm going to be using, and I think these are, I think they were 6 meters long, but doesn't say anywhere on there about 6 meters or anything. No numbers. I guess they're just generic printed. So what I'm gonna do, get my screwdriver, open up one of the end and actually see how good the connection is. That will tell us the quality of the microphone cable and the connector and the whole quality of the thing, because if they're not good, I might as well just throw them in the bin. If you have a home studio and you deal with cables, you need this screwdriver set. Because a lot of times you would want to check your cables, and if broken, then you need to obviously mend it. You know, or you probably also need, I'm just going to bring this up. You'll probably be also needing soldering iron, some solder and braid, those sort of things, which I do have them. So let's have a look at the quality of this microphone. The connectors themselves look quite cheap. It's not, if I actually wanted to buy these, even if I was, unless I was in an emergency, I wouldn't get these microphones cables. And I think I've done a video about microphone cables, which I purchased in an emergency situation. I needed to have the cables, and I bought 2 pairs just in case. And yeah, I threw them out on camera. I just threw it in the bin. Useless. Now this one doesn't want to open up. Sorry, I'm just trying to grab another screwdriver. Okay, I've just taken that out. So let's have a look. Yeah, well, as you can see, it's not a bad connection. They have actually used I don't know if it's going to focus or not. You know, plastic heat shrink on them so that the cables are not touching each other. So it's not a bad construction. The cable is, I don't believe it'll be twisted. It's not a twisted pair. It's just pair of wires. You can see red and white there, and then the shield which is going around it. Yeah, it's just a standard microphone cable. Nothing professional about it. Yeah, the connector is, yeah, it won't last long. It will do, but it won't last long. So unless, you know, I'm in urgent status and I do need some microphone cable, I might use them. But then again, I need to plug it in and find out whether any connection issues are there, because sometimes you connect it and the connections won't make properly and you get this crackling noise. And you're forever trying to work out what that noise is and where is it coming from. And it just, a lot of the time, it's just the cable. So let me just screw this back in. So if you're getting a microphone, you're better off getting, saving your money, getting a better microphone. Not super expensive, obviously, but getting a better microphone cable is much better than trying to work out faults in your audio system. Because having a good source is really important, and your source, the microphone, is sending its signal through your cable. So if you've got a crappy shit cable, okay, these are okay, these are normal microphone. If you got a crappy shit cable, then you're going to have some problems in the future as you start using the cable. So invest in a better one, you know, good either Canon brand or Nutrix brand microphone connectors. Yeah. Yeah, it feels just about, it feels normal. It feels normal. Not bad. Most of my cables that I purchase from Swamp Industries, which a lot of cables that I have are from there, because they're either handmade here in Australia or they're the good quality ones. Let me see if I can grab one. What's on the other end? Okay, this is one of their standard cables, not the professional cables. As you can see, they even come with a Velcro. See, it says Swamp Velcro, so you can actually tie it together nicely. So you can see from the quality, it's really great cable, and the connector as well. And as you can read on there, you probably won't be able to read it because the camera is, you know, you can't read. It's back to front. I don't know how you flip it, but I'll read it for you. It says Swamp Industries, so they put their own brand name on the microphone cable. As you can see, it doesn't say professional. There's no point of saying word professional if it's just standard microphone cable. And as I said, this is their standard cable. Oh, it says we can read it on our end. Oh, can you? Oh, okay. Well, I'll put it up there. So, Swamp Industries microphone cable, 2 times 0.22 millimeters square braided shield. So let's see if you can, hopefully you'll be able to read it, but it'll be out of probably focus. So it's telling you it's a microphone cable, and it's telling you it has two twisted 0.22 millimeter cables in there and braided shield, and that's what you want to know. And I probably had this for many years, and I never had any problems with these microphones. And I've got the professional one as well, which are connected at the moment to my microphone there. There's no point of me taking that one out, which are the professional ones, which cost a little bit more than that, but the connectors, you can actually feel it going right in, and you can twist and turn it, and you're not going to get any crackles and so on. So yeah, so invest in a little bit more, getting higher quality microphones, microphone cables, so that your audio from your microphone that you paid a lot of money to, the signal is transferred, well into your audio interface without introducing any further noise, as well as electrical noise. So not just crackling noises because it's making and disconnecting a connection because it's fiddling as the microphone is moving, okay, the cable is moving into the microphone connection, as well as any electrical noise, which are plenty in a studio like mine. There's so many electrical equipment here. You don't want that noise going in. So balanced cables, twisted and braided, which is important. But obviously this is a better microphone cable because it says it's a professional low noise microphone cable. Yeah, right. Anyway, but I'm sure these are just a giveaway microphone cables that artist guitars would give away to get you started. And once you are happy, I'm sure they actually have a better microphone leads, and you can purchase a better quality ones. The other things I do, as you would have seen around, is these color tags, and also colored velcros that I use, because if you have just joined in and you're wondering what the hell is going on, I am setting up my new desk. At the moment I pulled my desk away from the wall, and I am connecting my new mixing desk and all of these gears into my patch bay, and all of my gear at the bottom there, as well as all these things here, into my patch bay. So that's why there's lots of mess and cables and things everywhere. And behind there, you can see, again, lots of cables, patch bay, and all of that. And that's what is happening. So that's why I thought I'll go live and see if people get any benefit from it. So with those things, and what I do is I mark them the same color on each end of cables. So when I'm plugging it in, I can see, okay, a yellow one is going from one end. So I know the yellow one on the other end because the connections are not really marked. So you don't know. So when in the future you want to go and repatch things into your patch bay, at the back we've got connections, then you know which cable to pull out or where to plug it in and so on. So these are really great, fantastic things. You know, they come in multiple colors. They're probably about a few dollars each color. Yeah, very, very handy. That's really, it works really great for me. Yes. Of course, as I just read a comment about Mogami cables, I don't have any Mogami cables because I think they're far too expensive. They might be really good, but I think they're a little bit over budget for home recording studio. Maybe in the future I might actually get 1 or 2 cables to connect my main microphones, but so far the high quality cable or professional grade cable that I've got from Swamp Industries has worked really well for the past few years that I've been using for my main microphones, for vocal microphones from Swamp Industries that I got. So maybe in the future I might get it. Oh, Billy says, I wouldn't have any either except they were in a package deal. Yeah, I guess Billy is talking about these ones. Yeah. Corvus Cortax says, Vache Deep in the studio. Yes. More cables. More things. Oh my God. And there's more cables. It's a mess. So I'll be spending the rest of the day. It is about 2:30 in the afternoon on a Sunday afternoon here in Sydney, and I've been working on it yesterday as well, and just about, yeah, I'll be here for the rest of the day, finishing everything off and cleaning up. Billy asked about the drums. Well, the drums at the moment are covered. And one thing I should mention, I mean, I guess if you're a drummer and you do play the drums, and you've got to set up in the same studio, I wasn't aware because I only had electric drum in here. Whenever I had an acoustic drum, I never recorded any vocals during that time, my old acoustic drum set. Last week I was getting ready to actually record vocals for a client here, and I realized, what the hell is that? It's just as if the room had springs everywhere, and they were going bing, bing, bing every time I tried to record. And I was thinking something is wrong. I then realized actually it's the drums there resonating. They were just resonating. It wasn't just the snare, you know, you've got the things underneath the snare. I let that down, but I've got the low tom as well as the kick vibrating, and I had to put my hand there, and then I only had two hands. I couldn't stop it, so I got a heavy blanket. That's a very heavy blanket right there. You can just about see. Heavy blanket onto the drum, top of the drum, to actually stop it from resonating. It still has a little bit, but not enough to actually being captured from the microphone. And it's the same thing. Yes. And it's the same thing with guitars. That guitar there, the acoustic guitar, and as well as this one, the Ibanez one, I actually have to turn them backwards, or depending if the vocalist is really loud vocalist, they do resonate. And out of all of this acoustic in my room, I still get resonate. I'm going, whoa! So I have to actually take them out or turn them backwards, or actually take them out of here if I'm doing a sort of recording with vocals which has loud voice. So yeah, those are the things you find out. I mean, they're fine. Electric guitars won't be a problem as much because they don't have any you know, acoustical chamber. But those things, because they have acoustical chambers, and some of my other acoustic guitars here, electric acoustic guitars and so on, they do resonate. So if you're recording vocals, make sure you either turn them backwards, or even better, get them out of your room. Put it in another room before you start recording. Yes. And Billy says, I hadn't thought of that. I will have to get some moving blankets since my... Oh. This damn YouTube thing, I can't even read the comments because they just disappear. I don't know how else. I can't turn my computer on. I wish I could, because all the cables and USB cables and everything else is actually disconnected, so I can work behind the desk. Let me see. I still have some time. I've been going for about 50 minutes now. I could have achieved a lot more doing work. But anyway, doesn't matter. So I'll see if I can get my iPad, and maybe I'll be able to read some comments on the iPad. Now, you're probably wondering why I would use an iPad. Well, I'm going to make a video very soon. Oh, great. Something is on my screen. Okay. I'm going to be using my iPad mini when I'm actually recording my drums, because I am able to control Studio One on my computer while I'm sitting over there. It's a bit hard to actually control it. So using an iPad mini and sitting on the stand over there, I can actually control when I'm recording to adjust levels and to adjust things and playback and record tracks and solo tracks and all of those things. I can do it from the iPad. So if you were thinking of changing over to any DAW, but because I don't think many other DAWs have remote controls on iPads or tablets. But with Studio One, professional version, obviously, I don't believe the Prime or the Artist do it. You need the Studio One Professional, and then you can actually see the screen right here, and you can control your Studio One right through your iPad mini. I was about to read a comment and disappeared again. Let me turn this on and see what is happening here. Whether I can how would I know? I guess I can find out from YouTube. Just bear with me, guys. Hopefully I'll be able to get the comments on my iPad so that I can answer your questions. And of course, because it's been sitting there for a while, it's low on battery as well. And damn computer things. I hope you guys are having a good time, enjoying your day or night. I will be making a few videos once I actually have my studio back up and going. And yeah, there's a few videos going to be coming on, obviously, my drum microphone, the Super Lux. I can't wait to actually find out how good they sound, if they're worth their money or not. Okay, here we go. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to work out how to do this thing. Oh, well, no. Okay, I'm nearly there. This iPad thing is, it says live. Okay, I guess I have to click on that one because I'm live. Okay, how would I get the comments? Where are the comments? Or maybe I can't even read my previous comments. Can I? No, I don't think it's gonna work. Oh, live chat. Here we go. Oh my goodness, there's like hundreds of comments. All right, I'll go through them very, very quickly, so that I'll go through them and see if there's anything I need to respond to. Um, David N0836 says, I've had the same tightening issue with those types of microphone stands. Yes, as I was talking about the twist and turn tightening thing, I had them. They just, you try to, because the microphone sort of boom keeps falling down because the microphone is heavy. You try to follow, and next thing you know, bang! You go, oh shit! The whole thing just goes whack. Yeah, I know. So they're not the best quality, but yep. And so I'm just going through. I had Raul, hello Raul, and I had Bill Garrett says, hey Bache, hello there, and Billy Blaze, my friend from Texas, how are you? Hope you're doing good. I have Glenn asking what's going on. Well, I'm just in the studio and just setting up, so I thought I'll just go live because I got pretty tired, so I thought I'll just do something live. And Billy said, I use Mogami Gold in studio and Mogami Silver for live stuff. Yeah, as I said, you know, they're a bit expensive to me. Maybe very soon I might have to buy at least one or two for my vocal microphones. But I haven't had any issues with my current microphone cables. So I guess if I do, I might upgrade it to them. Thanks, Billy, for all your comments and suggestions. How is it coming with those drums, Billy asked. I think I already mentioned that one. Where are we? Yep, so nearly caught up. And Delmish says, I think sorry, I can't even spell your names. DNNMILLSCH. Well, you know who I'm talking about. Is that a ductless heat pump on the wall behind you? Does it also add to the noise? Ductless heat pump on the wall behind me. There are no heat pumps anyway, but there is an air conditioning which is right there, and it's on at the moment. Normally it's off when I'm doing vocal takes or microphone recordings, even though it's quite quiet, but still there's air movement. In my studio, if you haven't seen my build, I also have duct right in the corner there, and there's one over right at the top there, and one is input, one is inlet, one is outlet, and I do have a fan outside that sucks air out so that fresh air comes in here if I've been here for some time, because obviously because the whole room is sealed and closed, there's no fresh air coming in, so no oxygen. So I need to turn the fan on every couple of hours if I'm still in here so that I get new fresh air, because the air coming in here, it only recycling the same air, it's not adding any oxygen. So that's what that's for, but I'm not sure what else is you're asking there. I hope that answers the question. Billy Blaze says, I know what you mean, bro. I have a 55-inch TV that I'm using as a monitor at a wireless mouse, which I can take over my studio and run my PC that way. Bill Gammon says, Logic Pro X does also. Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't aware because I'm not a Mac person. I have never used Logic Pro X or Pro 10. So I wasn't aware of that. That's good to know, because again, there's only a few DAWs which will allow you to actually use a remote app. And another one which does to a certain degree is the Magic's Samplitude. or the Magic Amplitude Studio that I have. And it's got not the exact screen, but it does have record, play, start, stop, and some of the effects, so you can actually select the track and turn the VST plugin effects on and off and adjust them as well remotely through iPad or your iPhone, and so on. Then Milch, I think, says, okay, so it's an air conditioner, a ductless heat pump, both heats and cools. Yeah, I guess. So it sounds like you turn that stuff off, so no noise while recording with mics. That is correct, yes. It is an air conditioning. Well, we call it air conditioning here. I'm sure that's what it's called everywhere else. It does heat during winter, so you get warm air, and it does cool in summer, like now. It's about 32, 33 degrees outside, but it's nice and cool, about 22 degrees in here. If I'm recording, I usually have it on for about an hour before the client comes in. So when they are in here, it's nice and cool, and I turn it off, and we do some vocal takes, usually about half an hour or so, to do 2 or 3 takes or 4 takes or however we need to take. And then once we finish, we're having a break, just turn it back on. We'll have a coffee, have a chat, and have a listen to what we just recorded. And if we're happy with it, then the client is fine. If there are any issues that I discover, I'll say we might want to record 1 more take, maybe 2 more takes, and work out on some of the issue areas, whether if it's a timing issue or whether it's a pitch issue or it's simply just tonality and vibrato or any of those issues. And we turn it off again, and then we do a couple more takes. And so that's how I work at summertime. But wintertime, once I have it warm in here, because it's all the walls are double insulated, it stays warm for the rest of the day. It doesn't get cold. Yep. And Billy says, hi David, I'm in Texas as well. Okay, well, friendship. Very good. So you're in Australia, but that's not an Australian accent, mate. Well, my background is not really Australian. I've been in Australia for 33 years, nearly 33 years, thereabouts. 34 years. But yeah, I do have an accent because English is not my native language, but I speak it every day. I try to. Crikey! Yeah, but it's just my accent. I have a special accent. Okay, I think that's about it. So I think I'll pretty much caught up. And Bill Grant says, I spent some time on the Northwest Cape or at the Naval Communications Station in 1969 and 70. Loved Australia. Yeah, well, that's a pretty long time. Bill Garrett, that was long time ago. Just about the time that I was born. Yeah, 1969, that's when I was born. So you were while I was being born, you were at the Naval Communications Station in Australia. I don't think I knew Australia back then. All right, well, I think I've caught up with most of the comments. So yeah, I will be making some videos because of the new mixing desk. In case you just join in, the whole mess in my studio is because of this new desk that I'm just putting in, and my phone battery is getting low as well, so I might have to charge it somehow. Let me get that cable. It's a mess in here. I have to duct routings. Where did this cable go? This is all live, guys. This is all live. Yeah, but and then asks, do you do the arranging in songs, figuring out what instruments to add here and there, or does that mostly come from the artist you record? Well, I recently did the whole arrangement and recording of a song for an artist that came in. She had written the lyrics and she had composed the music. She came in here and she sang the song for me. I just recorded it, and then I sat down and worked out all the chord arrangements and recorded a song for her. And just last night, her song was already on iTunes. So I helped her all the way from arranging the song, mixing it, using all the different instruments that I wanted to get it in there, and she came in and then did the final vocal takes on it, and I then mixed it and mastered it, and then I also helped her to actually get it on this on digital distribution through DistroKid, and her song will be on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon Music, and all of those other digital audio distributions. So a lot of the times musicians will come in here and record their music. I might give them some ideas and tips from my experiences of what to record, you know, so that it's not plain. There's some excitement in the song, and come up with some creative editing and mixing techniques that they might like, they may not thought of, and that's what I normally do. But there are times where I would sit down and arrange the whole music, whether I'm using my keyboards, VSTI instruments, and some live instruments as well. If it's a singer-songwriter thing, or feel of a singer-songwriter, and we want some acoustic guitars in there. I do know musicians who I will get them in here, and they'll play their acoustic guitar parts, or if it's an electric guitar parts, to actually get electric guitars to come and play just for that track, just a few bits and pieces for it, and then I'll take care of the rest. So, you know, I do have part of my studio as Studio 9 Records. So from start all the way from getting the song, I guess, thought of, lyrics, all of that, all the way to distribution into iTunes and Spotify, and all of that can be taken care of right in here. So in a couple of weeks' time, I will have a client who wanted to record, will be coming in, but they're not sure of the musical arrangements, so they will come in here, we'll look at the lyrics, and then I'll get into my keyboard, play the pianos and see what chord progression we like, and what sort of exciting bits we can put in, maybe a bridge or pre-choruses and all those sort of things. And I sit down and write the chords and the scales, and then I create a draft mix of the song, and then we just take it from there, and then we build it. And until the song is released either on a CD, or most likely these days just being released on iTunes and Spotify and Amazon Music and Google Play. So that's what I do. A lot of the times I don't see the CD production. Sometimes they might send me a copy of the CD, because I give them a master CD, and then they go and duplicate and make the album covers and all of that. But yeah, but as far as graphical side, album covers and things, my son is graphic designer, so I can organize with him. He'll take the photos if there's any photo shoot needs to happen, and then he'll do the album design. He'll normally do about 2 of them, so the client will choose which one they want, if any changes they want to in there. So I do have sort of my son doing some work as well and helping out my clients. And we do charge, of course. We don't do anything for free. So it says, fantastic. Can you arrange almost any genre of music, or are there certain genres you don't do? Well, I take on virtually any genre of music. Music is for me music. If it has a melody, then it's music. All the way from, I guess, from any Western music to Eastern music, Middle Eastern music, all the way to heavy metal. I haven't recorded a heavy metal here, but I have done some mixes for heavy metal, which was a big challenge. To dance and EDM musics, you know, I'll take on the challenge, but if it's beyond me, I will usually find out after the first sort of couple meetings, if we are meeting, or if I know the songs. I will tell them that, look, this is the best I'm going to be able to do because I don't have the experience. There's nothing wrong or to tell the client your limitations, so that the client is not expecting some miracle for you, from you. So that is, you know, I'm pretty straightforward with them. I say, look, this is a genre of music I haven't done before. I'm happy to take on the challenge if you want to give it a try, and you know, we can take it from there. If you're not happy, then you're not happy, because you don't have to pay me. If I've done a lot of work and, you know, the final stages and they don't like it, obviously they still have to pay me for the time I've spent on it. But if it's, you know, the initial stages and oh dear, what's going on? My phone's just gone kaput. Hang on, guys, let me sort this out. Ah, where's my mouse? I hope this is not going to be affecting you. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, so if it's initial stages, then I guess I'll be able to say, okay, don't worry about it, because I didn't actually do, and I can't do, I cannot meet your expectation because I don't have the knowledge and understanding yet. You know, I don't charge, you know, that, which is quite normal. So that's how I do. But I do definitely try to take on any genre of music, any language, regardless of whether I understand the language or not. I have had, I think, Hindi come in here, record. I don't understand, but I look, when I'm recording the vocals, obviously I do look at expressions, feelings, making sure they're right. That's how, you know, apart from the pitch and timing, I also look at expressions and feelings in the songs, in the words, even though I don't understand them. So if whatever they're singing feels right to me, then it's right. You know, I have to feel it. Otherwise, another take. So I hope that answers that question. Musical Waves says, hello, sir. Hello there. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with a lot more chats here. Says, I'm from India. Hello there. Namaste. Sir, I want to make home recording studio. So please give me some advice. Well, if you're making home studio, my first and most important advice, don't waste money. Make music from what you have and then build on it. That's probably the best advice I can give. And a lot of the times when I say don't waste money, I also mean that instead of buying, if you don't have anything and you want to start, save your money a little bit more and buy a known quality gear. Let's say if you want to start, instead of buying really cheap $50 audio interface from Alibaba or some unknown brand. Don't waste your money on that. Pay $120, $130, or, I'm talking about relatively Australian dollar, relatively, and then buy a known brand. Like, you can even start with Behringer. You can start with Focusrite or Personas or many out there, or the Yamaha. Those sort of audio interface, or Tascam is another audio interface which is quite budget. Start that way and then build upon that. And once you have a good quality audio interface and you invest in reasonable priced microphone and cable and a good pair of headphones, you're pretty much good to go. Of course, it all depends what you're trying to record. So yeah, and as Billy Blaze says, Focusrite makes a great interface. Even start with Focusrite 2i2. I wouldn't go to the solo, it's too limited with just one microphone in, but the 2i2 is probably the minimum I would go with Focusrite to start with. In Australia, we can purchase the Focusrite for about, we're talking about commercial from a music shop, brand new, you're looking about just under $200, and it comes with lots of things with it, and all you need is a nice microphone, and either Audio-Technica AT2020 XLR one, or Behringer C1 as the bottom starting one, or MXL microphones, a set, the MXL 550 and 551, which I have, which I'll probably write about there, for $180 for 2 microphones. You won't need any other microphone to start home studio. So I hope that helps. And a pair of headphones, good headphones. Something which is about 120 to 150 Australian dollars. So convert that to the Indian rupees or rupee, or I think that's what your currency is. Convert that and find out what I'm talking about with those dollar amounts that I'm putting. So maximum $500, you'll be super ready for any home recording. That will include everything: your audio interface, your headphone, microphone, cables, leads. Yeah, probably even under $500. This I'm talking about, so rounding it up. So I hope that helps. Yeah, with Focusrite you do get good quality plugins. I should actually mention this. Well, that's everything but a computer. Well, you do need a computer to a certain degree. That's the first thing you need to buy if you are. But I have had people, and even myself included, I have had an i3 laptop which is like 5-6 years old with 4 megabytes of RAM. 4 gig RAM, and probably half a terabyte of hard drive, and I've recorded with that. I've got actually videos on my channel using with low budget or old laptop to be used for recording purposes. So you can buy those sort of second-hand laptops, maybe $200-300 Australian dollars. That will start you up. Yeah. So one thing I should mention with Focusrite, if you buy Focusrite gear, and I have the Focusrite, what are they called? 40. Let me show you that one, which is this thing there. That one there. That's what I have. That's like the top end. And I think I've got another one which I don't use, which I might have to eBay them out. if you buy even the Focusrite 2i2 and you register on the Focusrite website, what you will get is pretty much every month a free VST plugin which is commercial. And I have had many VST plugins happening with my camera. Am I running out of battery? Ah. Sorry guys, bear with me while I actually connect my power. Okay. I'm not sure it's on or not. I hope that it is a little bit better. Okay. And I have, going back to Focusrite. So when you register, every month you will actually get a free VSTI commercial ones. And VSTI instruments, plugins, or bundles, all for free most of the time. Sometimes I can still see and hear you. Okay, good to know. Thanks, Billy, for letting me know. I think my phone was coming up with messages saying I'm running out of battery, so I plugged it directly now, so it's all good. Yeah, and I have had commercial VST plugins which I may or may not use, but I do have them under my belt, or VSTI instruments, and I get them all for free. So that's really great advantage with Focusrite. I think Personas is also doing to a certain degree, but they don't have it monthly. I think they have it as part of a package when you buy Studio One, Artist, or the Professional. They do come with some professional other third-party VST instruments, but with Focusrite, with their collaborative some deal they have with other third-party dealers, they keep giving away commercial VST plugins. So that's another great advantage with Focusrite as well. I can't even remember or count the amount of VST plugins that I got it for free. If I had to purchase it, it would have probably ended up about maybe, I'll say $500 US dollars for that year. So every year. So you do get quite a bit and you save as well. Okay, how are we going? And we are 83 minutes in. I was only planning to actually do this for about an hour, but I think now it's coming hour and a half. I might have to finish the live stream very soon, because yep. Anyway, if you have just joined in, thanks, but I'll be finishing off the live stream very soon. You can obviously go back and watch it from the beginning, because there are lots of information I've given in this live stream, even though it was unplanned, out of the blue. I was just unpacking my microphone stand there, you can see behind me, that I got with my drum microphone package, and at the same time I'm just getting my mixing desk patched in, organized for the next client, which is going to be in a few days. So I got to get everything back ready again, because at the moment my audio interface, which I used to use, the Mackie Onyx Blackbird, is gone. It's sold, and this mixer is now replacing it. The Behringer UFX 1604, which is a 16 channel as well as 16 channel direct in Firewire or USB into my DAW, so I can record 16 tracks at the same time. The other great thing is I can plug my 8 microphones for my drum straight into here and then record 16 tracks into my DAW. It gives me a lot more option. It does have very simple surface control, so I can play, stop, play, and record fast forward and as well. So, but I do have the PreSonus fader port to be used for, you know, automation, because the faders don't move. They're not motorized faders, these things. And the other thing I was going to mention, yeah, the other good thing about this one, I can actually connect USB hard drive, and even without a computer, there we go, no computer, I can record 16 channels individually as 16 WAV files, uncompressed WAV files, into my USB drive. So if you're doing live situation, then you can just plug a USB drive into it. Terabyte drives these days are about 80 Australian dollars, so really cheap, and a terabyte you can record the whole concert, and then bring into the studio, drag those WAV files, 16 tracks, into your DAW, and you can do a live remix, which is great. Now whether I will do that, I don't know, but it's good to have it in there. It's got lots of features which I'll do some videos on as I do some projects, and I'll explain to them as well. It's really great, fantastic sounding mixer. It's very quiet. It has lots of options. So yeah, I think that is about it. I think I'm gonna start wrapping up, and if you wanted to see what sort of things I talked about, what sort of information I gave, even though it was not planned, you can always rewind back. And if you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe. You can subscribe, because I've got lots of videos. Yeah, they will support me. Yeah, just subscribe. And also click that bell button next to it, so that way, whenever I upload new ones, you get notified. Okay, let's see. Bill Garrett, pretty scary only having a USB head for all your live stuff. I'm not sure why it will be all scary, because there's no difference having either a computer that will crash and you can't record, or the hard drive just had issues. Remember, when you are recording your 16 tracks directly into a USB drive, we're not talking about this sort of drives, USB, I'm not talking about USB sticks. If you actually plug this USB stick into it, this is a USB 3, 32 gig Samsung, which I use. When I plug this in there, it said this is not good enough and will only record at 16-bit. Where if you plug in something like this, something like that, which is a hard drive, then it will actually record 24-bit directly from the mixer straight into that. That means you have none of the issues of your DAWs or any of those things associated. Believe me, I have done live recordings, and even though you might feel that, oh, should I actually trust it because I can't see what's happening, you can, because it's all it's displayed what's happening there. If there are any issues and things, you can always play it back and have a listen of what's recorded. So I mean, anything at any time can go wrong. If you are doing live recording, your computer could crash and then you got nothing else on. But because this is just recording straight onto a drive, there is less chance of things crashing unless you've got a crappy drive, which is no different than a computer drive. Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Billy says, nice seeing my friend, and we'll go back and watch what I missed. Have fun and don't work too hard. Thank you, Billy. Same goes to you as well. Mr. R. Zay, I bought Yamaha HS5 and M Audio Oxygen 49 4th generation a few days ago. Are they good ones for music production and vocal mixing in Yamaha HS5? Yamaha HS5 is only 5-inch speaker, so they're not bad. Yamahas are pretty okay for those sort of things. I don't have any experience with the M Audio Oxygen 49 keys, but it all depends what you want to do. So anyway, I need to wrap this up because it's past 1.5 hours that I've been chatting. Yeah, well, thank you so much for everyone. Thank you for Bill Garrett and Billy Blaze being here. Musical Waves, I hope my answers were sufficient for you. And if you have any further questions, then you can always comment in any of my videos or send me a message. I'm more than happy to answer them for you. Is Yamaha HS5 capable of doing what PreSonus E5 monitors will do? Pretty much so, yes. But I think Yamaha has, I've been told, because I don't have the Yamaha speakers, I have PreSonus ones. I've been told that the Yamahas have a little bit more mid-rangey than the PreSonus ones, but they'll be very similar too, yes. I have HS5s and the extra sub, which works very well together, and HS5 is still good for a small room. Yes, depending on the size of the room, you really don't want to get big speakers as well. Anyway, thanks a lot for everybody, and thanks for all the thumbs ups, and I hope you had lots of information with me blabbing on and on and on and on and on, and just shut up! Okay, see you guys. Thank you, and I'll catch up with you next time. And as always, thanks for watching, and have a fantastic time making music. Cheerio, guys.